It's Friday, July 25th, and today I'm just wondering about the increasing troubles with the salary cap the Cowboys are getting themselves into.
And now, a word from our title sponsor.
Eyeing retirement? We aim to turn your nest egg into a paycheck with half the amount you've been led to believe. Fluent Financial combines in-house portfolio design risk management with income-generating investments designed to aid your financial independence. Our goal is to develop an effective portfolio strategy to help you retire sooner and have a better lifestyle. Fluent Financial can also implement a program that allows business owners to install a cash balance plan, which may potentially reduce income tax payments. You've worked hard to become successful. Let us help develop an effective portfolio strategy that works for you. Learn more today about Fluent Financial. Retire sooner, better lifestyle. For more information or to schedule a meeting, visit fluentfinancial.com or call 972-852-4800.
The talk of camp, in fact, one of the talks around the NFL, is the Micah Parsons unsettled contract negotiations. Not only in our area, not only in Oxnard, literally around the country, there are questions about the wisdom, or lack of it, of the Cowboys' approach to waiting to get contracts done. Now, this has become almost an annual contract drama at Cowboy camp. Jerry, for his part, he doesn't seem to be fazed at all. In fact, he seems like he almost likes the attention. A lot of people were troubled to find out from Parsons himself earlier this week that his agents reached out to the Cowboys to try to get details hammered out, and they never heard back from the Cowboys. What? Now, the specter of a player of Parsons' ilk, and make no mistake about it, yes, in Dallas, but around the NFL, he's a star. The specter of a player like that telling the press at training camp earlier this week about this bizarre contract talking, or lack of talking, said, quote, "I just don't understand. Micah, we just don't understand either." Fans dismiss this. Oh, it'll get done. No worries, it always gets done. And to some degree, that's the truth. It'll get done. But the Parsons contract shouldn't be the Cowboys fans' worry. It's the Cowboys year after year after year waiting to get contracts done and thus costing themselves money under the salary cap. Here's the problem. When you wait and the prices go up, and you eventually settle for a high dollar, then that's money under the cap that isn't available to sign your own free agents, or isn't available to sign free agents for other teams. Now, let's compare the Cowboys with where they're headed with the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's say Parsons agrees to $42 million a year. And had this gotten done a year ago, that figure would have probably been $37 million or somewhere around that. And Dak, remember that drama? Contract out, franchise tag, goes to camp, no deal, finally signs for $60 million a year. Then and still, by some distance, the largest contract in the National Football League. Now, you can argue where Dak stands in the league, but keep your eye on the money. last year. The Cowboys waited and waited on C.D. Lamb, and he held out all the way through camp and signed right on the verge of the season for $34 million a year. Let's compare the way the Cowboys do business with the way the Eagles do business. Now, coming off a Super Bowl, you'd think that would cause the Eagles real money problems. Hey, we won. Show me the money. Well, I don't mean this as a terrible knock on the Cowboys, but I'm sure they'll take it that way. The Eagles are really sharp. The Eagles look down the road a couple of years. They try to prepare for situations like this. They try to figure out who they're going to keep from going out to free agency and signing with another team, or who they're going to pay the money to. They want to avoid cap hell. They have a plan. Let's look at next season, the 26th season. Right now, here's the amount of money that these 6 Cowboy players will count against the cap. Dak, $74 million. Lamb, $38 million. Parsons, let's say first year of the contract, $40. Odigizua, the defensive tackle, just signed this offseason, $20 million. Tyler Smith, the star guard, next year due to make $21 million. And the tackle Terrence Steele, $18 million. All integral parts of this team. That's 6 players, 6, who will count $211 million against the cap. 211. The cap is expected to be around 307. That leaves $96 million for the entire rest of the team. And we haven't even talked of Trayvon Diggs' contract. And let's go to Philly now. You'll recognize the names of their star players. Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, the 2 outstanding running backs, Brown and Smith, 3 Pro Bowl offensive linemen, Lane Johnson, Mailata, the kid from TCU, and Landon Dickerson, those 3, plus they kept their star linebacker Baum, the kid from Nortex. Those are 8. 8 integral players to the Philadelphia scheme. Those 8 players next year, remember, the Cowboys' 6 players will count $211 million. Those 8 Eagles players will count $132 million. That's $79 million difference under the cap. And that means you get to keep players or go get players. So, how does this work negatively to Dallas? Well, let's say they had more money under the cap. And they'll even have less when you consider what these 6 will do landing on the cap. But let's say the Cowboys had kept running back Tony Pollard, defensive end Dorrance Armstrong, and cornerback Jordan Lewis. That would have taken about $30 million. How much better would we feel about the Cowboys if Pollard were the runner? Remember, he got well over 1,000 yards for Tennessee last year. And Armstrong were a starting defensive end, and Lewis was still a critical part of the secondary. And this offseason, remember that 211 figure? Where's the money going to be to keep Deron Bland, Jake Ferguson, Sam Williams, or the wide receiver they just acquired from Pittsburgh, George Pickens? And then What about all the players they signed this offseason to one-year deals? Well, they're going to be free after the season also. The small picture is the contract to Micah Parsons. But the big worry is the big picture. And the question is, why can't the Cowboys see what they've done and what they're doing to themselves? What do you want from your favorite restaurant? Fantastic personal service? A cheery, welcoming, spotless atmosphere? And, of course, great food. The primest of beef, wagyu and lamb, incredibly fresh seafood, lobster, salmon, shrimp, Hall of Fame food from a Hall of Fame restaurant. 2 locations of Bob's Steak and Chop House, the original Bob's on Lemon Avenue, and the gorgeous new Bob's at Craig Ranch, McKinney.
Today's episode has been brought to you by Fluent Financial, Retire Earlier, Live Better, and by Bob's Steak and Chop House on Lemon in Dallas and in Craig Ranch in McKinney. Bob's, a Dallas tradition for more than 30 years.
If you've enjoyed Just Wondering, please hit follow, and a fresh new episode will land in your mailbox early every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning. Should you know a sports fan who might like our work, please share our contact information with that person. Just Wondering is technically directed by my wife, Mary, who is also occasionally a talent on the show. It's produced by Mike Matern, edited and posted by Ashley Bullington. Thanks for listening to today's episode of Just Wondering. I'm Norm Hitzges, and know that every day I'll be just wondering about something.
And I'm Mary Hitzges, and I'll just be wondering too.
This is a Stolen Water Media production.